Hello, whisky lovers around the world. This is the last day of Whisky Live in Leiden, in the big church in Leiden. We've had 3 days of whisky, three wonderful days of whisky. And on this very last day, I'm interviewing someone who does all of the cask choosing for chieftains, and his name is?
Anthony Macallum.
Anthony Macallum, and you choose all the casks, right, for chieftains. Now, tell us a little bit about what you do. You go into how does that work? You go into to warehouses, and how does it work?
Well, Ian MacLeod Distillers is a distiller, blender, and independent bottler. So for our blends, we have access to a huge amount of stocks because we actually have new fillings from over 50 distilleries across Scotland. So my job, after the whisky has been matured in the original warehouses, after 5, 10, 12, 20 years, then I'll bring in some selection of casks from various distilleries and then work it down to maybe 2 or 3 casks, only the best. And then what I reject then goes back for blending.
Okay, blending, because you guys have got blends as well, right?
Yeah, we have quite a number of big brands, big blending brands, which we sell across the world. I mean, we sell over 10 million bottles of blended whisky across the world.
10 million? Good grief. And we've had him here with us all weekend, Anthony. He's a good chap, you know. And look at us, we're looking good after 3 days of whisky. We've been good boys. We've been behaving well, you know. After all this whisky, we haven't been drinking too much at all. Look, this water we've got here. We've been good chaps, haven't we, Anthony?
Yes, maybe apart from the Springbank 1968 40-year-old, I think, which everybody wanted to get their lips onto.
Yes, well, I must admit that I have sinned. I must admit I have sinned. I'm like Jimmy Swaggart here, you know. I have sinned. I've taken a little bit of that stuff myself. The 40-year-old Springbank. It was absolutely fantastic, beautiful. And you chose it, didn't you, Anthony?
Yeah, that was one. We had quite a number of old Springbank casks, and that was actually my favourite cask. So I actually set it aside, and I thought that's the last one we're going to bottle. And it's a special one because it's actually my vintage year. So it's probably the best vintage in the world.
And I'll tell you, it was. What was it matured in?
Oloroso sherry cask.
Its whole life?
Yeah, total. Yeah.
40 years in an Oloroso sherry cask, a Springbank. It was absolutely and totally and utterly gorgeous. And you would have to get a new mortgage in your house to buy it, but it was beautiful. I actually got a drink of it last night. Absolutely wonderful. But getting back to your work, Anthony, how many distilleries did you say that you go into to choose casks?
Between 40 and 50 different distilleries. So then I'll select, depending, we have 2 selections a year for Chieftains and Dun Bheagan, and so I'll make 2 selections in the spring, 1 selection in the spring, 1 in the autumn. And on average, probably about 10 different bottlings for the spring and 10 for the autumn for both ranges. So I'll be bringing in probably about 20 different batches of single malts from various locations across the whole of Scotland for tasting twice a year.
Goodness me. And how many countries do they go to?
Approximately 30 different countries. Now, some of these whiskies as well will go through a double maturation process. So again, that's part of my job to bring in the sherry cask, the wine cask, select them from across the world as well. Okay.
And how about I don't have one next to me. That was actually a shame, but we could have shown you one of the bottles in one of the boxes. The marketing is really nice as well. Who does that?
Yeah, we repackaged the Chieftains about a year ago, and it's our marketing department, Ian Weir, who looks after that, and we work with independent designer, Scottish designer from Edinburgh.
Okay, yeah, but it looks really cool. You've got the boxes that open halfway up, and the Bladnoch. I revised the Bladnoch in one of my earlier blogs, and it's one of the nicest Bladnochs I've ever tasted. And tell us a bit about that, the Bladnoch. So you've been into Bladnoch, and how did you manage to make it so nice?
Again, I didn't do much on the Bladnoch. We had a few batches, and that was an exceptional one. We had the Bladnoch and we had some Rosebank as well. And I must admit, Bladnoch is one of my favourite malts as well, because I think it's got loads of character. It's like a lowland with a sort of highland spirit. You know, it's got a bit of spiciness and it's got a lot of character, which I really enjoy.
Okay, and you know, this whole weekend has been one of we've been on our feet all day. It was Friday, Saturday, the entire day, and an afternoon session, an evening session. We were finished by about 12 p.m., 12 midnight last night, by the time we managed to leave here, and we're in again. This is the Sunday morning in the big church in Leiden, and we're waiting for the big bunch of people to come on. You'll be glad to get back home, Anthony, yeah?
Oh no, I'm waiting for my first morning dram. And on a Sunday morning, that's what you expect, especially when you're in the church.
Oh yes. We need to have a church dram, and the rising dram. We have here the elbow dram as you get up out of bed, and then the sitting dram when you sit up, and when you get up again, you get another dram, and then the church dram. And what comes after that?
Well, morning blessing. So I'll probably have to bless you with the Springbank 48.
Oh, do you hear that?
68, I mean, sorry.
68.
That was over ambitious.
You know, and this 40-year-old Springbank, you know, I really didn't want to have it, but Anthony is bigger than me, and he said that if I didn't take it, he would twist my arm and give me pain. So I had to take it, and really thanks a lot for it, Anthony. Lovely stuff, beautiful. And here we've got, you see this is the thing that we got. The security people need to see that we belong here so that we can get in and out. So what are we going to expect for the coming year, Anthony? What do we have to expect? What's coming?
Well, there's going to be again some more new maturations. I'm going back to more traditional maturations, sherry and port. So I change every year, depending what wine producers I meet. So recently I've actually been to Rares, and we have a really fantastic sherry producer there who's been in the business for hundreds of years. It's a family business, and they have some very old sherry casks, which we'll use both for Chieftains but also for Glengoyne, our own distillery as well. So we're going to do some special editions there as well.
Great stuff. Look for it at liquor stores anywhere near you. Chieftains Choice. Here's the chieftain next to me, the man who chooses all the casks, and Dun Bheagan, and you spell Dun Bheagan with a B. The V is with a BH, and the end. Ian Macleods malts. Beautiful stuff, and look for it at any liquor store near you. And beautiful, lovely bottlings. And until the next time, from Anthony and myself here in Leiden, Slán Siva,
Slán Siva.
Slán Siva.